One of the professed goals of Freemasonry is enlightenment. Masons are said to seek light. But what is light? Most say that light is knowledge. But knowledge of what? Freemasonry also professes to take good men and make them better. Maybe that gives us a hint. Maybe enlightenment, or knowledge, is designed to give us a better awareness of us. Maybe we improve ourselves by first knowing and understanding ourselves a little better. Once we are better aware of ourselves, or evaluate ourselves, then we are in a position to make improvements in ourselves. Let's look at a baseball team. If all the members of that team practice hard and improve themselves physically and mentally, then as a whole, the team performs better. But if the members of the team decide that they would rather go out to a party than practice, then it is logical that the performance of the team will suffer. The individual efforts, or lack of efforts, will affect the whole team. The same is true of the lodge or any organization in Freemasonry. If all of the members are working together to improve themselves, then they have a direction, and the organization as a whole moves in the direction of the teachings, or, if you will, the training. But if there is no personal education, no guidance, no seeking of light, then each individual may be viewed as walking aimlessly. A lodge filled with unenlightened brothers, having no direction, no idea of what to seek or do, is not living up to anyone's full potential. It is a Masonic lodge of no value. When there are no designs upon the trestle board, we can only expect confusion in the temple. Sadly, we can grow accustomed to this half-life in Freemasonry and believe that it is all that can be expected. We accept the limitations and structure Masonic activity based on what is, rather than what could be. As human beings, we are very good at making the best out of whatever situation we have. But let's see if we can find some Masonic direction and improve our situations. Okay, let's look for a minute at who we are. We are Freemasons, but we need to qualify that statement. Unless it happens to be our profession, we don't build anything for a living. We are what is known as speculative Freemasons. Our work and construction is designed to be internal, inside us. Our work is to make ourselves better. As far as training, well, exercise certainly helps everyone, but we do not do physical training in Masonry the same way that physical training is done for, say, a member of a sports team. But this does not mean that we do no training at all. If we are serious about what we profess to do in Freemasonry, then it is necessary that we train our minds and gain experience in lodge operation and the fundamental teachings of our order. And just like a sports team, we can do this work or not. We have a choice. But in fairness, it's really not as simple as that. A baseball team does not train in the same way that a basketball team trains or a hockey team trains. Each has their own set of skills that need to be learned and perfected. It would be of very little help to hand someone who knows nothing of hockey a hockey stick and then tell them that they are a hockey player and that they will have a game next week. It is the same thing as handing a new Mason a white apron and telling him that he is a Freemason and then offer him an office in lodge. Just like members of a sports team, young Freemasons need a coach. They need to have someone there to show them what to do and how to do it, to let them know where they are going wrong and guide them so that they can perfect their skills. And I mean after they receive their Master Mason degree, not just while they are memorizing a collection of words. What kind of baseball team owner would gather together a group of people and without any training or coaching at all, put them out to play against a trained team? How could we expect anything from them but to be unable to do what we think they should be able to do? It's the same for Masonry. At some point, and it really serves no good purpose to try and point fingers or blame anyone from the past, but Masonic training did fall by the wayside. Masonic teaching and training in lodge was replaced by, well, nothing. We just began making Masons and then, with nothing else, putting them in various offices. Lodge was a place to just visit with friends. The lodges adjusted to leaders having little to no education in Masonry. Soon the leaders were unable to provide to others what was not provided to them. The reason for going to lodge evolved into supporting a social club with a mystical-sounding history. We read minutes, pay bills, talk of who's sick or who has died, and that's about it. And yet, we try to impress others with a mysterious past. This has become the norm. Sincere, well-meaning Masons truly believe that this was the true Masonic Lodge experience. It was a foolish plan and a bad fix for something that was broken. There are several old sayings that I have always found to be of value. One is that it is better that 1,000 worthy men be turned away than one unworthy foot cross the threshold of a Masonic Lodge. The other is to believe that joining a Masonic Lodge makes one a Freemason is the same as believing that joining a music club makes one a musician. We can find great truth in these thoughts. Not everyone can or should be a Freemason, but it seems that was then and this is now. We sometimes find that the only necessary qualification for membership is the funds to pay for the initiation. Some men who should never have joined Masonry have joined. In fact, more than a comfortable number of these individuals have not only joined, but have risen in leadership in lodges and even grand lodges. Elections come every year, and when the pool of qualified candidates dries up, then what is to be done? So, we have a situation where good men join Masonry and learn nothing of what should have been taught them. They are unqualified. In addition, some who should never have joined are now members. They are unworthy. Both have learned nothing in the way of Masonic education. Can you begin to see the problem developing? So what do? It's too late for cries of, "We need to better guard the West Gate." Let's try to look objectively at the situation. We are at a point where very few, if any, fail to realize that a problem exists. Some of those who should not have ever joined have joined Masonry and have built for themselves little kingdoms in various bodies. These little kingdoms exist to feed their own personal ego and serve as a power base to assure control of their turf. Others with good intentions, but who don't completely understand the teachings of Masonry, are unable to guide us out of trouble because they lack the ability. These are some of our leaders. Most want to do good, but too many of them are just over their heads. They feel overwhelmed and confused. But there is another, newer group, and they are worthy of special attention. Over the last dozen or so years, young Masons have been joining with a true hunger and desire to learn the deeper aspects of Freemasonry. Over the years, commercial books and movies by Dan Brown and others made Freemasonry a very popular topic in general society. Many of the young Masons of today join with a greater knowledge of our teachings than Masons who have been around for many years. In fact, some brand new Masons have a better knowledge of Masonic philosophy than some of those who have risen to the highest ranks in our Grand Lodge. We are not in good shape, but we are not without hope. I believe the answer that we have is contained within our own teachings. Regardless of our own personal level of Masonic education, stop for a moment and think. Think about the lesson of Hiram. Think of the integrity and courage that he displayed. There is a message there for all of us today. It's not enough that we want to do good. We have to do it. To believe that we do not have the power, authority, or ability to make changes is simply not true. The best way to destroy any organization is to divide its membership. Let's take Freemasonry and reduce it down to its most basic level. We are Freemasons. That's what we are and how we should identify ourselves. If we identify ourselves as Scottish Rite or York Rite or this or that lodge or jurisdiction, or by any subgroup of Freemasonry, we are only building barriers. We are separating ourselves from our brothers. We are creating a them and us situation. It then becomes easy to say that the other guys are the reason for all our problems, or that if we could only bend the other guys to our will, subjugate them, or turn them into us, then all will be well. It's nonsense. Everyone has their own tastes, preferences, and personal desires. That's our right. Everyone does not have to think, act, or look the same. There is strength in diversity. We need to be confident enough in ourselves to recognize that it's okay if we do not all think alike or have the same opinions on just about anything. It's okay if I want a Masonic Body to go in this direction and someone else wants it to go in another direction. The problems come when some do not realize that it's okay and object to anything but what they want. They become unreasonable. When one demands that another do something that is impossible for them, then a barrier is created, and the situation becomes impossible. This is not a problem created by Freemasonry. It is a problem created by ignorance of Freemasonry. Still, it's our problem and our responsibility to solve. If a problem is born out of ignorance, then education would seem to be the answer. We must all move in harmony. We must respect ourselves and others. We must be Freemasons and know the nature of Freemasonry. If a baseball team goes out on the field and one of the players is dressed to play football with the belief and goal of playing football, then you have a problem. You are playing baseball, not football. It's okay if one member of the team believes that he can't wash his socks out of belief of good luck, or if another has a lucky bat that he always wants to use. All of these things are personal choices, and it is the right and privilege of each player, as long as they play baseball. All will be good as long as they work as a team to play the very best game of baseball that is possible for them. But if you come to a baseball game intending on playing another game, then the whole team suffers. Maybe it is the team's fault if they hired you knowing that you were a football player and knew nothing of baseball, but the end result is the same. If you are a baseball team, you need baseball players. The team has to teach and train you. You have to be willing to put in the time to learn. If this does not happen, then you can't remain on the team. You may be the nicest guy in the world, but if you can't play baseball, then you can't be on a baseball team. If you don't know Freemasonry, then you need to either learn or remain on the sidelines. If we try to bend Freemasonry to the point that it becomes something else, well, then that's what will be, something else. We have to recognize that fact. One of the basic Masonic teachings that I feel we need to understand is respect. We need to respect ourselves and others, the lodge, or whatever Masonic body we are in. Respect comes from kind feelings, appreciation, fairness, and compassion, but also strength. When we receive these feelings, it makes us feel good. Others feel good when they receive these feelings from us. Everyone benefits. We need to recognize that everyone has the right to feel good, be respected, and be part of a whole. When the other guy is not respected, we pull apart, throw up protective shields, and the whole organization becomes fractured and of little benefit to anyone. The lesson of Hiram is designed to teach us the importance of integrity and courage. He could have made the ruthless craftsmen happy by giving them what they wanted, but he knew that that was not right. He did not show them disrespect, but he also would not allow them to take the respect that was due him away, as well as the organization to which they all belonged. When he realized that they were at an impasse, and that the only way to accommodate them was by casting away everything in which he believed, as well as violating his word, his honor, and his integrity, then he just stopped. He would no longer participate in what they wanted. Whatever they were going to do was up to them, but he would not allow them to take him down a path that he knew was wrong. He did not yell or scream or cause any sort of disturbance. He simply stopped participating. We cannot get around the simple law of cause and effect. What we do has a consequence. What we don't do has a consequence. Too many times we know in our heart what is right and what is wrong, but we fail to take action because we fear doing damage or upsetting others with our actions. Truly, that helps no one. It shows respect for no one. Look, if you are lost in the woods and going north is only taking you deeper, turn around. Don't let pride or ego keep you on a path that is not helping you. If you participate in activities that you know are going in the wrong direction, then I assure you, whatever you may tell yourself, you become part of the problem, not the solution.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoy the videos, please hit the like button and subscribe to us. Please pay a visit to the Cornerstone Book Publishers website at cornerstonepublishers.com for outstanding Masonic education. See you next time.